fatherless ever since the age of 2. The love of a mother was all I ever knew. The story of my life that is ever so true. It started out with hate, but I branched out and grew. I contemplate my life, what if he was still around? The past is the past, a better future's bound. Mothers know what's best, leaving him was a must. His addiction to the drugs kept growing, and thus he ruined all his dreams for himself and his son. The guidance of a father through my life I am shunned. Addiction as I know it has become my worst enemy. I've thrown out all the pieces to my shattered memory, left with a heart and a mind to succeed in becoming a better man and eventually to lead a better life for myself and my family. The truth is blinding, but now I can see. If it came down to it, I wouldn't change a thing. All the pain I went through, but I wouldn't change a thing. If it came down to it, all the pain I went through, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. The path that he led went nowhere fast. The future looks bright, the darkness has passed. I know what I want and who I wanna be. I'm my own savior. I am the epitome of learning from the man that I sadly call my father, who never gave me a thing, not a single dollar. In theory I'm rich from the lesson self-taught, providing for myself what my father could not. I know that I'll be twice the man that he ever was. He didn't choose this life, it's just because drugs are controlling. They swallow you whole, they change your perception, they tear apart your soul. Thoughts still exist of what could have been. I'd be a different person, but then again I wouldn't have the sense to keep doing better, though having a loving mom is a good enough endeavor. If it came down to it, I wouldn't change a thing. All the pain I went through, but I wouldn't change a thing. If it came down to it, all the pain I went through, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. She made the right choice, I wouldn't change a thing. Aware of all the pain and dismay he would bring, he'd still leave for days without a phone call. A father on drugs is not a father at all. Leaving him still brought torment and terror. She had no choice, no use of trial and error. She left him in the dust because of his lust. She knew the choice was just. She knew that she could trust that everything would turn out right in the end. She knew I'd be able to accept and comprehend that the drugs stole his life. He couldn't get away. He's still tied down even to this day. I know that I'll never be anything like him. The thought of losing everything is ever so grim. Through self-motivation and wisdom I ease my pain that's eternal like a deadly disease. My mind is plagued, at the same time relieved. The purpose of this tragedy was finally conceived. Through built up anger, hate, and frustration, I turned it all around and found my salvation. If it came down to it, I wouldn't change a thing. All the pain I went through, but I wouldn't change a thing. If it came down to it, all the pain I went through, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. If it came down to it, I wouldn't change a thing. All the pain I went through, but I wouldn't change a thing. If it came down to it, all the pain I went through, I wouldn't change a thing.